All right, there we go. I'll load it up. So we are going to set this Lost Cub scene with Mr. Anton in his vehicular conveyance going, well, it's really not that far from the house, is it? But taking those nice long winding back roads. It's a lot more winding than actual distance, really. I imagine, like, especially in a moment like this where Anton doesn't have a bunch of people talking in the back of his head or in his car, he can kind of sit back and appreciate that, if he just wanted to straight shot hike it, wouldn't really take that long. It wouldn't be that bad. But all the same, he goes around to a very familiar place, pulls himself off, and I imagine just goes ahead and hops out. Is he going to shift as soon as he gets out of his car? Is he going to go down to the water? What's Anton doing? To El Umbra? Ooh. All right. Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho ho indeed. All right. So, you go ahead and step yourself across. And head on down to the pool. It's about what you'd expect, honestly. I mean, Anton's pretty familiar with this place and probably, I hope, find some measure of peace there. It seems like it almost gets easier and easier to cross every time you come here, and it's the same familiar spirits. There are a handful of the crows that haven't migrated to the house. There's a number of different natural spirits. A lot of them come to the watering hole. And naturally, especially as you get close to the water, a fuck ton of little water spirits fucking around, playing, having a good old time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just lean over. Loom over like a shuttle lord that he is.
Loom over. They like putter around, and then like, oh hi, oh hi, waving.
Hello. It appears you all have been keeping some things from me.
What?
You the guy that found Nordy, spilled the beans.
No.
I need to talk to Mother.
Ooh.
Now, preferably.
Hmm.
Hey, I've done you guys a good turn, more than once. And if it wasn't for me, Mother would have never been free now, would she? So I think
No.
I'm owed a little bit. And I recently just even came back and sorted another problem for you.
Yeah.
And then you hide something from me now. Well, that's not very fair, is it?
Like some of them are making like wringing their little water hands, like ooh, like guilty faces.
Like, oh no, we're in trouble.
It really is. It's like you caught a 2-year-old doing something they weren't supposed to. They're just like, oh.
And I'm a bit disappointed in you guys. I thought we were cool.
We are. Oh, the water's getting kicked up a little bit.
I was
It
even
just,
planning to play with you guys, but no, can't now. No,
but,
no, because you've been
oh,
keeping secrets on me. No,
oh,
no, no more playtime.
oh.
I mean, you could take me down to
Okay.
visit Mother, and I could definitely play.
Yes. We will. Don't be mad. You're
No, no.
nice. Don't be mad. Like they're making grabby hands even from down in the pool.
You pat one of them, but he'd be like, no, I'm not playing until I see Mother. No.
Okay, Nico, come on. We will show you.
He'll just slide in. He'll probably take off his shoes and shit.
Like a person would do, really.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Take off his jacket so that he's not completely, like, it's basically so his clothes are not completely warm.
So
You know what?
he's
Yeah,
only mostly saturated.
Yeah, he'll probably, you know what, he probably would have changed, like brought his ordinary clothes. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
I'll be in like fucking swim shorts or something because I would have had to dive down and he'll just take off his shirt and throw his jacket and his shoes there and just jump in.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know what's up
Hmm.
by now. You definitely know what's up. So yes, you can just slide into the water. There's sad little burbling around you because you didn't even splash coming in.
Nope.
Ugh.
That's how mad he is. Nope.
Nope, nope, nothing. No.
Nope. No.
Very dramatically. No. Oh,
That's right.
sad elementals.
Damn fucking right, you're sad.
Oh, that's so mean.
It is. That's exactly the point.
All right, yeah, you can slide in, and they will gather up and make little sad again, like the we're in trouble little kid faces as they come over and kind of latch on, like eh. But but yeah, finally latch on and go to convey you deeper into the pool. And while Anton knows what's coming now,
Mm-hmm.
some crazy fucking shit. And yeah, you get rocketed down in, and yeah, it's exactly what you think is going to happen. A lot of vertigo, a lot of shenanigans.
And just, spin on through and brace himself, really, because it's always a bumpy fucking ride.
Oh, it is, but I mean, it's sort of fun. You gotta admit it.
Oh, it is. But I will keep my fun restrained.
You will express almost zero fun
Mm-hmm.
because they have been bad.
Yep.
The sulking is so real. What in the?
And once he comes out, he'll be like, yay, just to add to the point as well. Yep, the water spirits know they're in trouble with Anton now. He's like, ooh.
Yup. So they'll convey you down into the fucking dark. Pardon a moment. Because I am trying way too hard to do way too much shit. Alright. Do 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 do. Files. Come on. And down you go, good sir, until you are deep in the dark. Sprung up, in, well, the pitch black, though some of the little water spirits do start to helpfully glow. In fact, you'll see a bit more than usual this time as you go down there, because while normally it's pitch black, there's the faint, like the faintest, tiniest glow of the bioluminescence below, and there's movement as bits of light are brought in time and again. And soon enough, she does surface, brightening the bioluminescence fills the cave enough for you to, well, compared to pitch black, this is perfect light.
You just sit down, like cross-legged down on the ground as well. It's more like a relaxed posture, waiting for her to like bubble all the way up properly.
Mm-hmm. And inevitably, she do.
Is she all the way up, Katie?
Hmm.
You'll just now wait to see. You know what? You wait till she speaks first. Fuck it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Changing things up around here.
outrageous.
Totally scandalous.
Completely scandalous. I don't even know what to do with myself. But she does bubble all the way up, finally. And, I mean, at least initially, she kind of just observes for a moment. And what you'll see happening as she bobs there, mostly submerged, but visible in the water, are a number of the little water spirits are coming along and, much like I described happening, well, I guess with the fountain, like when they're given the gnosis, most of them just kind of shove it into their body cavity
Mm-hmm.
and then fuck off with it instead of absorbing it. And you're seeing more of those little water spirits coming along with that little bop of a glow, and they're essentially feeding her. They're bringing it back to her instead of taking it for themselves. Which, at least in your experience for spirits, is unusual. I mean, kind of makes sense with these little guys, but
Mm-hmm.
not really the standard. They usually take that stuff pretty selfishly. And as several more come up and they're, feeding the gnosis into her, she will look over. And at the very least, will kind of fade the semblance of a helm until it's more humanoid features beneath. The hair's a little freer, but she still carries herself a little more upright, a little more militant almost. But she does look over and finally says anything, really. You know, don't you?
I have an idea. And if it's what I think it is, it's a very bad idea.
The head tips faintly. What do you think is a bad idea?
If a cairn blooms here, I will not be able to stop what's coming.
Do you think that I can stop it?
No, I don't think either of us combined could stop it. A nation, perhaps, yes, but there is enough of a Warmish presence to come in force, particularly with the way we've been fighting with each other. It is one gigantic beacon.
The head tips the other way for a moment. Do you understand what is happening?
Gaia's fountain is opening.
Yes.
which is like an explosion of spiritual energy. That explosion of spiritual energy is good. It's what I understand that Seps lay their foundation on. But it's not only Gaian entities that can see it, I imagine, since we're all interconnected.
No. She gestures at herself. I mean, Anton's not stupid. He knows when someone's gearing up.
It'll also bring the nation down on top of us. Which will mean more warfare. More bodies.
This I cannot change.
Unclenches his fist a bit. Why now?
Everything in its time.
So I'm supposed to sit back and watch either my friends be separated by some militant nation man that I've never met, or be killed by the spirals trying to take this place.
She tips her head again for a moment and finally considers, seems to be having trouble like figuring out how to phrase, how to show something. She gestures over to the stone you're standing on. You stand next to it. I mean, you stand on it all the time. And reaching over, she points the finger, essentially jettisons water, and bores a very small hole in the rock, which goes through all the way down into the water. And she leans over it, doing this, eases back a bit, and you can tell it takes a little more than a thought from her. But in a moment, water is spouting up through that hole. She gestures with a hand to it. Do you think you can stop that from happening? Just to the little, I mean, it looks like, I mean, it doesn't look like a lot. It's just a little hole spouting water.
Yes, you plug a hole. But this is not a simple matter of plugging a hole, is it?
The pressure has been building for a very, very long time. I have tried for a very, very long time to keep it safe, to keep it small.
What's changing it?
She, for the sake of an answer, takes his hand, like reaches out, and if he lets her, well, take a hold of his hand, place it over the hole. And, sets her hand atop his to hold it there. And initially it's just a little spray of water and it's not that hard to keep down. But you can tell that she's gradually, like turning up a dial is upping the pressure until the water is slamming against his hand to the point where it's painful, coming out like a beam. To the point where, like, no matter how hard she and he press his hand down, it's spurting out from under the sides.
There has to be a way to. There has to be a way to stall. There has to be something. If it blooms here, then we have no defense. No, not anything.
Not at all.
We have enough, but it's not enough. It's far away from our own territory, the mansion. It's down here.
So, you get the impression of a soft smile. It is never enough.
I'm supposed to move my entire people here. Here. Where anyone can walk near.
No. I cannot control where it will surface. We are far, far below.
You can't control where it'll surface. Then it could surface anywhere. And what, I'm supposed to pick up all my people and move there? Before the worm gets there.
Do you think I am doing this?
I don't know.
It is as natural as a river cutting a small divot into a chasm. It is as natural as damming a river until it grows into a lake. It is natural as the sea wearing so long at the side of the land that it becomes a cliff. It is inevitable.
Right now, if it happens, both Guru and Kin will more than likely die in the attempt to preserve it. And then what? You have nothing. No teeth and claws.
You want me to keep holding it back?
I need you to hold it back.
For how long?
Until these spirals are dead. In the city of Roanoke, I need that pack to be gone.
More will come.
More will come, but we will be more ready. And right now we're not. Right now our pack is wounded. Right now our pack is not prepared. It is like putting children instead of teeth and claws. I need time to train an army to defend this place, and I don't have that time.
You are a guru. You are an army.
He kind of rubs his face. An army is only as good as the capability behind it.
You are capable.
We are, but an army also needs tacticians, leaders, discipline, training. Strength is no good without intelligence behind it, without thought. My pack has not learned that yet, and I am teaching them. It has been me for so long. I need time.
The tentacle hair continues to just splay and flow, and more of her children come feeding Gnosis. You'll note that some of it is getting hoarded, much like them, into small little globes in her chest cavity, in her body, in her shoulders, floating inside of her. Do you know what you ask?
Yes, I'm asking for a delay.
It has been delayed. It has
Then
been delayed since, she points at him, since the last of your people trickled away and died.
well, then unleash it and watch it die all over again. That is the reality. It is all very noble to say things flow like a stream, and I understand that. But this is a reality that only a child of Grandfather Thunder could tell you. This is what I was designed to tell you.
You are angry.
Of course I'm angry. As
Do
much
you
as
grow angry with the rain when it is inconvenient? When the tides come and go?
I grow angry when things are kept secret from me. If I had known this, I would have had more actions to take, and could have taken. You never told me that that was going to happen. Did you?
No.
No. So how could I have prepared an army when I didn't know I needed preparing one?
She tips her head, then sloughs herself up, not out of the water on the rock, but pulls herself, almost suspending herself with a bit of a rush of water, so that she comes out, properly up to the hips, down to, the thighs where the tentacles begin. Somehow the hair still kind of floats. You are a friend. Because you are a friend. And because you will be its defenders. I will hold. For as long as I can. Gaia's will is not to be subverted and cannot be forever.
It's not about subverting her will. It's about putting it into perspective.
You asked me to stop a natural event.
I ask you to delay. I asked you to control, to mitigate. I cannot stop this. We can control when it occurs, so we have the appropriate time to control what happens around it. Otherwise, what will come after I cannot stop. I cannot defend it. I am under Krovour asks us all to survive. How can I survive when you're asking me to rely on a natural event which could spew over when I don't have the tools to help me survive yet? But if I have time, I can have tools and I can have the skills to make sure that every one of us survive and I will be able to defend. this event. You are asking me to go against the thing that I swore to. You're asking me to change my perspective and and contradict everything that I have endured.
She sways forward, holds out a hand.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't stop her.
If he doesn't reach up to take it, she will just continue forward until she lays it on his cheek. Because with the propulsion of the water, she can essentially stand almost. And it's very abrupt and it's overwhelming. Anton is familiar with the rush of the water and the vertigo of passing through the tunnels. The sensation that she shares with him is it's like being hit with a power washer. It's not physically hurting him, let me say, but it's as if you were using your entire body to try to hold back an impossible amount of pressure. And it was ripping away parts of you. It's not so much the pain, it's that weird kind of situation, when you get hit with all of the endorphins and everything else and you understand that pain is happening, but it's almost as if you're observing it from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. She's not trying to drive him to his fucking knees. But it's this horrifying process of feeling yourself being slowly stripped away. Before she does, finally, after, I mean, not even a minute, draws back her hand. If you wish me to hold this back, then more than one of you will have to keep giving so that I can build myself back together, so that I can be strong enough. What you ask eventually becomes impossible and I will be ripped apart. I can hold it for a time. Your Thayer just paying me.
She knows.
No. But her offer, in exchange for the work we have done, a full turn of the moon, one of these. She even gestures to the glowing orbs in her chest. Every day.
Was it her offer that spurred this along?
No. She is simply giving me the strength. And if you wish me to use it to hold it back, rather than to guide it, then
Guided
I will do
where?
this.
Guided where?
To your Sept,
Where is our Sept?
to your home.
You told me before it can pop up anywhere.
It is coming from very deep. Perhaps a current's pool. I have committed years, giving it the path of least resistance, cycling it back, tricking it with currents. But always it has come closer and closer to blooming. Slower, because I am
Is
here.
there a way to let the bloom happen, but mitigate the signal, the flare?
That is not my nature.
We are both acting outside our natures at this point.
And she kind of slowly points. It is not my nature, but it is yours. Is your home not already obscured?
It is the deal we made with the shadows.
And she finally eases down into the water up to the waist and beckons him to, go ahead and, if he hasn't already, to just sit at the edge of the stone.
He does.
When the cairn blooms, it will be wild. It will be unchecked. But you could tame it. We could tame it. Garu often perform a rite to build a cairn, to take that bloom and to tame it. And when you do build the cairn, it is the ones who build it that choose the spirits that become their patrons, that are tied to it, part of it. 1, 2. You can tie them to the cairn, make them part of the cairn, make them inherent to your sept. If you wish it to be hidden, find something secret, bind it to your cairn when you build it, make it part of the foundation.
Find something secret. Like what?
Let me consult a thing here. Just to make sure I give a really solid answer. Let's go down to this section. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go to this section. The children of Grandfather Thunder, Ermine, Chameleon, the Knight,
Chameleon.
Yes. Chameleon is very good at hiding.
I'll have to find a chameleon.
One of my children can teach your theirs to call out.
Do
to
it.
call them to her.
Do it. She asked, however, it was my order. I will pay whatever price. I want this thing to bloom. But I won't have all my people die. And then them take it.
You cannot control everything, Shadow Lord, but we can control some things. Chameleon is a good choice. Chameleon will keep your cairn hidden. Will teach you and yours to stay hidden.
That's what I need. For now. They're not ready.
It's funny because you see her kind of even tip her head the slightest bit, and one of the water spirits just jettisons off.
I do not want to see you destroyed. And this is the way that you and the cairn can be preserved. I am not so cold enough as to ask you to make a sacrifice. That is unnecessary.
Hmm. I have aspired too highly.
What do you mean?
It was never promised. But I had hoped that by time the cairn bloomed, after tending it for so long, that I might be part of it.
You can build more than one object of it, can't you?
I had tips, objects.
An aspect of the spirit to it, I'm assuming.
Yes,
You can build more than one.
more than one totem can be bound to a cairn when it is built.
Then why not combine the two? Water and chameleon.
Will you allow this, little Shadow Lord? Or are there things that are more pertinent to your needs?
The chameleon suits the need for secrecy. The water represents the essence of life that we need. We are all following under a totem of Crow of War. Besides, that already suits the need of the pack to fight the worm. This suits the need of Gaia and her will to both keep us alive and the preservation of life.
How long? How much time will you need? until Chameleon is called.
Jane will move quickly.
You.
Give-
She points. She reaches out, just lightly touches his forehead. You have more knowledge than you know. You could build the cairn if you can call out to the right pocket of knowledge.
He'll close his eyes. You know what? I will roll my fucking ancestors on this. Fuck it. I don't think I can use the knife for this, can I?
The knife?
Yeah.
He was not a Theurge.
No, he's a raggy, ain't he?
He is.
I fail. Fuck. But not a. There's no. It's just
How bad's the roll?
4 or 5.
You know what? I will say that with the prompt, because she is inspiring this, she is prompting it, she's drawing his attention to it and kind of calling it to the surface. We'll say for the sake of this that you can take a moment, settle inwards, and reach out until you begin to touch. Like it's not quite the same as the conversation you had with the knife. It's like flitting through memories to try to find the right one, and it's just barely. But you do begin to tap into a bit of this, a bit of that, a far more vast knowledge of the spirits and their natures, and apparently there was a Theurge in your line somewhere.
Imagine there would be. Somewhere in the line. You know what I mean?
Somewhere up there was a Theurge, and it's a lot of it kind of sounds like static. It's just beyond you. But there are things like recognition of a sudden of what a cairn is, what it does, what it means to a sept, how a totem bound to a cairn offers its blessings to a sept, to those who come and loyally protect it. It basically a lot of definitions just click into place.
Maybe you just search the plan. Very well. And I could call the chameleon. I already have you.
Until then, the more that you give, the more that I can create a path of least resistance. I am paving the way. She gestures down to the glow. Because some of them were absorbed, some of them reinforced her, but many are being, as more and more of them continue to come, are just kind of clustering inside her body. She makes the point by, picks her hand up out of the water, lets a droplet fall on the rock, watches it roll one way, then with her damp finger draws a line going completely perpendicular until the next droplet follows that one.
Then teach my Theurge how to call out to the spirits of chameleon. I will instruct my pack to donate a gnosis for the next every day for the next full moon cycle.
It's funny because it's kind of like what happens in an anime. The tendrils start to kind of float a little higher, like, ooh.
So long as the agreement is that that spirit of chameleon will be called to be bound to you as both totems of the cairn, so it is safe, protected, and your contribute an effort honored.
And let it be so. I will continue to pave a path of least resistance. But it is coming.
Nods.
Have you not felt the gauntlet grow thin?
I have. But I've been too busy destroying the worm.
You are creating a safe place for a cairn to be born.
So long as the secret is kept.
It will not be perfect. There are always other spirits. There are those who will still sense it, but they will be few compared to what you would face without Chameleon's aid.
And that is enough. If they sense it, they will have to find us.
Yeah.
And then that I can prepare for.
Yes.
Then we have an agreement.
We do.
You nod, and I'll get back.
Then she'll offer her hands up to almost to guide him into the water.
Yeah, he will.
And for once, it's a very... My, but that's different. She actually draws you in, and for the first leg of it, conveys you down. And for once, you hold your breath, but there's none of that pressure. You don't feel the water trying to get up your nose into your mouth. And with her there, it's lighter. You can see that some of the places that they whisk you through so quickly are so small, cracks in the earth. But just her presence seems to alleviate the water pressure, seems to alleviate even the press to get into your body. It's almost like being wrapped in a bubble, albeit a very, very close to the skin one. And she'll convey you a portion of the way, letting you see. And it's probably about where the natural cracks and gaps and caverns below the earth start to give way to things that have been clearly churned up by pickaxes or dynamite, that she finally passes you off. And again, a small swarm of the little water spirits whisk around you and flit you up through. The light fades the further you get from her, until you resurface. And then, let's just see for fun. You know what? How's Anton doing right now?
Grim, because he's got a lot of work to do. So there's a lot of stress on him. Do you know what I mean? Resolved. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That very determined, like, we're gonna do this my fucking way. You know what I mean? It's basically I'd like to see anybody contradict my orders now as he's Yeah, it's that very Shadow Lord style. You know what I mean? Because this is something he can actually control and he doesn't feel helpless in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He has found some aspect where he can reassert control, which, let's
Yep.
face it, is how the Anton do.
Yep.
So, we're gonna do a quick roll. Because let's make this interesting. So as you finally breach the surface, And are you lingering around at all? Are you doing anything in the pool, or are you just gonna go ahead and get yourself out?
He'll play for the water with the water spirits like for a minute, but then yeah, get out.
Well, even for a few moments is enough to make them deliriously happy. And what's gonna happen is you do some splishy splashing, and a face pops over the edge of the pool. It looks like this. Just boink.
There's a glare. I imagine that looks terrifying. Yeah, Anton just whirls.
The ears are up like, ooh.
This is not your territory.
Ooh.
You just start swimming, get up. By the time he gets up out of the water, Katie, fuck it.
The little there's been some pitter patting. Like the little pacing, dancing around, dancing back a little bit, like ooh, ooh, ooh.
Let me just get the Krynos form here. No, it's not. He's not. I'm not going to attack him or any of that bullshit. It's to convey the point. You know what I mean?
I reassure you, he dances back, just kind of ooh, ooh. He's a little on the big side, as wolves go. He's not enormous. He doesn't have the merit, but he's just ooh, ooh, ooh.
This is
Skitter,
not,
skitter, skitter. Pokes out
this
of a
is-
bush.
not your territory.
There were no markers. He's no claimed.
Anton looks over. There's a lot of rocks near here, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Anton walks over. The claw. Do you know what I mean?
There's like a yap yap that's essentially the you're cheating. Skitters a little bit back, pokes his head out of a bush. He's cheating.
No. You just did not see.
Who are you?
The Alpha.
The ear twitches. You see him like pick up his nose, like, don't mind me, I'm just snuffling on the breeze here. Just gonna catch a little sneaky sniff sniff.
Sneaky sniff of a Shadow Lord. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
pretty much. It's the nose poked up like, you're not gonna come at me, right? He's keeping a side eye on you the whole time, like, sniff, sniff, sniff. Sneezes.
One of you already has come into the town, which is our territory. I was polite. My warm foe is well aware of your situation.
Oh.
You had permission to wander the town. Not here.
There's like a glance to you, glance to the water, glance to you, glance to the water. Was not forbidden.
Why are you here?
He's like one step, one pausey out of the bush.
Probably the terrifying thing is Anton's just standing there in big old Krynos, just fucking arms folded, stern.
Ooh. This is. Ooh. He's game. He's water. He's good.
Yes.
He tips the nose again off to the other side. Like casual sniff, sniff. One eye on you the whole time. He's very close to Gaia. He's wild. I like.
Why else are you here?
Find cousin.
Who is your cousin?
plops his butt down finally. Just still watching. Oh, he's watching so good. If I'm going to put my butt down, I got to make sure that I can run if you move. Ooh. That kind of plunk watch. He's Brigitte cousin. He's not my cousin. But Brigitte is kind of like cousin, so he's much like cousin. He's Heidi.
I already told Brigida she is not here.
No. No. But other things are here. I smell them.
They are not yours.
There's a defensive little backward flick of the ears like, ah!
They are mine. And my pack's.
It's finally like a little, it's the weirdest thing for a wolf to do, but the little foot stomp like, ah! Was no marked. Did not break litany. There is things. Yes, things. In woods. On mountain. I smell it. There is.
What things?
Don't know. There is thing in mountain. I have smelt.
It is not your thing to concern yourself with.
There's a finally kind of a snort, little sneeze, blah, head shake.
Brigitte said you would all be no issue. You are presenting an issue.
And no challenge.
Good. There is Mark.
He's doing the guilty dog thing of like innocently snuffing the dirt now. Like, yes, I'm. Don't mind me. I'm just doing this here, just innocently, sniff, sniff, side eyeing, the ears twitching.
You are Ragabash?
Yes.
Then I will track you if you try follow me.
There's another just kind of offended sneeze. You no track. I am not for tracking. I am for tracking you. I'm not for tracking me. Firm not.
You may try. But I am also Ragabash.
Again, the most offended look like, how dare you be? How dare.
Damn it! He's like, fuck! I thought you were
The ears
rude.
flit around. Especially when he's standing there. Krynos, he's like, oh, no.
I have given Brigitte my answer. I have given you mine. And yet you both are still here.
I have not found Heidi. Cannot go home till find Heidi.
She must be somewhere else.
Dolph says here.
Then your doll must be faulty.
Spirit is not faulty. Foot stomp. The poutiest wolf foot stomp.
It must be if you have come here and found nothing.
Spirit no lie.
Maybe you not understand it properly.
It's a this place. Finally pops both his little paws and like the ridiculous kind of canine bounce. It's so sulky.
Then you have not found her.
No. And finally ducks his head like, "Ugh."
Perhaps she knows you're looking for her.
Then why would hide from family?
Why indeed?
There's finally like grumbly roo-roos. No. Why would hide from family?
There are many things out here that will make her want to hide.
But now we are here.
We are
There's
here.
no need to hide.
We are here. And everyone has plenty of things to hide. Especially when leeches walk.
Thank you. Casually, like, picks up his back paw, scratches his ear.
And you haven't found any, have you?
No, not here. Not in pauses. Natural bridge. No. No find.
Maybe she's telling... How does the door work?
It's a... I am here. I feel like this. I hurt. I do not hurt.
Could someone easily tell her things and she would tell them and the doll would translate that?
There's a head tip.
As if somebody wanted to give false trail.
No. Is made with hairs and things. Spirit tells what person feels and where they know they are.
Then it obviously must be faulty. Otherwise you would have found her.
Another stompy foot. Does not tell place. Says... I'm trying to think of whether you guys call it the Batcave in character or not.
We call it the back area.
Says, I am in Natural Bridge. I am home, or I am in the Batcave. I am happy. I am worried. I am happy.
Okay, Katie. I've got a plan.
Oh, God.
This person obviously doesn't know the area well, right?
I mean, he's not exactly familiar with street addresses. Doesn't seem like he doesn't, I'll give you this. Anton's never met a lupus before, but he
Yep.
sounds dumb as fuck to Anton.
Okay. Right.
Anton
Okay.
probably assumes he is rock stupid.
Rock stupid, yeah. Oh, he does. And he's like, oh, you and Brigida they left the two idiots to find out. Oh, I'm a fucking fuck with you. Katie,
Hmm?
what would I need to roll to convince them to look in the area, in the city of Alexandria? Like, basically, I'm manipulating, going, oh yeah, you mean Natural Bridge Alexandria? Maybe that's it?
Oh, you could probably trick him pretty easily. He doesn't know the difference.
What would I need to roll?
He'll
to
come back and
convince-
report it to Brigitte, and she will be really annoyed.
But, like, what would I do to be... Make it almost convincing that it could be convinced Brigida as well. You know what I mean?
That would be a harder pull. You would probably have to do that directly to her. She's just going to take one look at Scraps and thunk him on the head and be like, why are you stupid? And then he will aggressively mouth her, and there will be tussling.
I've got an idea, though. Natural Bridge is not only area, it is landscape.
Is here. I already go to Bridge. He's very pretty. He's no hiding.
But there is many different areas of Natural Bridge. Close to different cities.
This. He stomps his foot like, no, this is it.
You'll snarl, I live in Natural Bridge. I know area more than you do.
You snarl, he again, like, defensively sneezes. It is the weirdest little thing. It's a quirk. Kind of finally dances up off of his rear. Like, oh.
I know area more than you.
This is place. This. He, like, hops both feet again.
This place here.
Brigitte says so. She showed me on paper. Is this.
this lake.
Lake is in. Not just lake.
Then where is Saidi? Is she in lake? I do not see her.
It's not just lake. He looks over like, oh, you're making fun of me. How dare.
You could try near area of Alexandria. That is also near area of Natural Bridge.
The ear kind of twitches.
It's connected to another bridge. There are many bridges in Natural Bridge. Why it's got name.
Always give things name. Let's start just grumbling.
Humans are silly.
Yes.
So try. No point. And I will point him so far fucking south.
Alexandria's north, I think.
Oh fuck, north. Go north. Then turn northeast.
Mm,
Many bridges. Natural bridges.
all right, buddy. I give you an A for effort, but let's see how this rolls out because
That was
He's-
a good one. That was a good one though.
it's pretty funny. He's a
Roll, roll.
lupus; it could work.
Oh my rolling.
You know what? Let's. It's gonna be manip. I'm just trying to decide.
Subterfuge. I'm assuming it's subterfuge because I'm fucking lying.
You are lying. Fine,
I'm-
manip subterfuge.
Plus my meow pure breed.
Yes.
I'm assuming my specialty of subterfuge of misdirection will come into play with this.
This is the most classical form of misdirection ever.
4 successes. Actually, no, 5. That's 5. Yeah, that is 5.
All right, let's see if Scraps buys your shit
Fuck
and
with
how
me.
much he buys your shit.
Fuck with me, Scrubs. Do it.
His peony is pretty ace right now. He's in lupus.
Don't worry, I got Season the Edge ready. I got 5 though, so like it's a pretty good roll.
All right.
Season the Edge. Oh no, I still no. He actually, yeah, no, he does because of lupus. Fuck. Season the Edge.
He looks so sus. But you get the impression maybe he's giving it some thought. There's just that little eye narrow of, oh, humans are stupid. Maybe.
Besides, you could go also back south to check both bridges. Maybe she crosses the bridges on a regular basis.
No, she always say, I am home. I am at Batcave. I am home. I am
Maybe
at
she
Anton's house.
crossed-
I am at
Freezes.
Susie's house.
Maybe she crosses. Maybe she crosses bridges to get to these houses.
She almost never say I am in car.
Do you know this, Susie?
No.
His heart fucking eternally goes. Do you know what I mean?
Just the sulk is no.
I could find her.
The tail like taps against the ground once. Why?
If you don't need help.
You do not like why you help.
Why?
Guess why?
You don't like me helping.
He's paying some keen attention at this point. You know, like you say, no concept.
You're wandering on town of my area, wandering around town and people. If you then come to this Susie, you could do a veil breach.
Oh, he puffs himself up. I know Vujvale. I am very, very convincing. Sage nod. I wear
Stairs.
shoes.
Anton's like, oh, fucking Jesus. Do you know what I mean?
He's
You know what? Fuck it. At this point, I do not need veil bleach from someone stupid.
I'm not stupid.
When it comes to humans, yes.
This is why I am in woods. I like woods better.
Does Brigitte know who Susie is?
No.
Do you see her as a threat?
I had tips.
She was named.
When she say, I'm at Susie's house, she say, I am happy.
Oh, he just relaxes. It's playing along. It's like, oh, well then. You know what I mean? Then she'd know threat. Sage nod.
No. He's no threat.
Then do not worry. She will turn up eventually.
Family is worried.
Why?
Go missing. Mother die on mission. Father take Heidi. Go into hiding. Father is dead. We find
No.
him. We know. Heidi is no dead. But is missing.
Do you worry someone claim her?
I had tips. Worried Heidi stay with human. Heidi be found. Heidi be in danger and die. Like father.
Nod. What if she claimed?
Scratches his ear again with the back foot, like, Zachariah be angry, but we'll get over. Mate is claimed.
I'd turn like, Uriah?
Family decide would be claim one day. Take mate. Met one very young. When pop. Is not mate yet. Shakes himself. Was going to be mate. But if she choose other mate, well. If he does no like, I will bite. He is too big for britches. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
And if you find out she is claimed unhappy, you would leave.
Don't know. Would probably. Mother would say, should stay, be part of set, keep safe.
No. That is not our law. Here.
But this challenge to join Sept.
Restricted membership.
There's a bit of a squint and finally another sneeze. He's only Shadow Lord.
Shadow Lord and Silent Strider.
Why no get? Get does not have bad. With you, with yours.
No. But get are very loud.
There's finally a kind of chuffing noise Like, yeah, it's just this goofy chuffing
and
noise.
get to not like chameleon.
It's funny to say out loud when you make fire. Humans are most loud. Always with fire.
Nod. Get would not like chameleon.
He finally gets a little daring because he's on the other side of the pool from you and like does a little roll over and a squiggle in the dirt on his back. Comes back up in a puff of dust. I like chameleon. Chameleon is good.
You're also saying that now.
Chameleon teach me.
Yes, but you're also I am Ragabash and I know trick.
The tongue walls.
Like fuck.
It's the fucking goofy face.
I would be able to convince them you could be ally, but not member. Besides, you have family of their own, with Brigitte.
Brigitte is back.
She will need you, and with her family, more than we would need you.
Oh, Brigitte would stay too.
He's just like,
Tongue wall.
but answer still no.
Answers to what?
Still no. No. No.
Snake's a little closer. Why no?
Because we are already fighting dangerous war, and we need secrecy.
Is no good reason. More Garou mean bigger fight.
More Guru mean bigger fight. More Guru mean bigger target. More Guru mean greater problem.
I am very small target. Does the little like pitch onto his back and roll back up thing again, like
He'll just eventually just snap at him, that snarling snap. No.
Oh, he does the little dance away. He's been like snaking a little closer, buddy, friend, Finally dances back when you snap. He's got a pretty good key on the body language. The second Anton thinks about snapping at him, before the teeth even manage to come out, he's doing the little, oh no.
If you bring Brigitte here, I will negotiate. I will not. I will tell you. But I will only speak to Brigitte.
Oh.
I will tell you where Heidi is, but I will tell you she is claimed.
The ears perk up.
By me. As I have saved her from one.
He's a little closer again, but he's doing it like with a nose pushed as far forward as possible, doing the little sniffs.
And she chose me as her mate.
The ears are even like slicked back, like, don't mind me, I'm just sniffing.
She chose me as her mate. She is very happy.
If he's true, Pop's
It is
butt,
true. It is
then
true.
he's good.
I could bring Heidi here. You bring Brigitte here. But if you
Yes.
take her off me, then there will be blood.
Challenge for kinfolk is always blood.
There will be more than just yours. My sept, like Heidi.
If he's happy, why would challenge? I do not want for mate.
Good. Wait here.
The ears perk up. Ooh.
I will go get Heidi.
And he's measuring. Are you being honest? Does he
Yeah,
need to roll?
no. Nope. He got this.
Yeah,
Like, no.
the ears are up like,
I'm gonna wing this like a fucking champ. You know what I mean?
all right, then I suppose he needs to get Brigitte.
He'll bring Becca and be like, bring Heidi down to the Diving hole. Bring the guns.
Jesus.
Just in case. Just in case.
All right, let me rearrange some things here to make this as easy as possible.
But he'll definitely say, bring the guns.
Becca is very concerned that you want both Heidi and the guns. Just saying.
He's like, don't fucking question me. I want to see in private. Don't fucking question me. Bring the fucking guns. Follow my lead. Naturally tough.
All right, this is gonna get hilarious. All right, so face number 1. Face number 2. Do, 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 do. Do. And face number 3. We'll use that one. All right. Let me get the ladies in order here. Put Heidi. Get Becca. Get Brigitte. And stick Anton back on top of the pile here, as it should be, I suppose.
Yes.
So many bitches.
The ladies.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you can call Becca. She's like, the guns? The fuck you need the guns for?
Just bring the fucking guns back out. Just don't question it. Act as fucking hardcore as possible. And if she looks over her shoulder suspiciously. If the person asks you that you're like me, you just nod your fucking head.
Okay. Jesus, you defensive much? Fuck.
Look, we're about to meet with Heidi's people, and I'm making sure that Heidi stays with us.
No, they think she's going anywhere. You only need to
Yeah.
tell me. Fuck.
Exactly. Well, act like you want to. We're playing big ball here, so Heidi's gonna fucking come back with us. I don't care what the fuck happens.
Yeah. All right. I got you. Heidi. Fucking Heidi. And yeah, sure enough, Scraps, like, ironically doesn't move. He doesn't need to. And before too long, you hear the first rumble of the bike, albeit in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
Like off in another direction, like she just pulled off on the side of the road, probably doesn't know that there's the little path here. So you'll hear like the fucking, the good heavy Harley rumble. Then Brigitte will eventually just come a-strutting, walking out through the trees. And gives you the oh, hello!
Oh,
Fucking,
there. Yeah, he'll sit up on the fucking bonnet of his car, lighting a cigarette.
oh, hey there!
Hello.
It's funny because she doesn't reach out and like ruffle Scrap's head, but she does reach out and kind of like pinch a bit of the skin and give it a bit of a tug. Essentially, she's mimicking a play bite in a very casual way. She bypasses him. He immediately just kind of like flops over. You know, I had a sneaking suspicion we'd be seeing each other again.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, well, you were quite neighborly.
No, might not be polite.
You know, it seems a real shame you couldn't have told me you knew where my cousin was the whole time.
It's a healthy thing to be suspicious.
I'd be suspicious of our own people.
I'm always suspicious of everyone. It's what's kept us alive.
She kind of grins, tucks the arms up behind her head. Oh, well, you're a Shadow Lord, is to be expected, you know.
Exactly. Comes with the trade. Just gives a little polite, like, yes, I know how backstab everyone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yes, that's me.
Yep.
Yeah, and eventually, before too long, naturally, Becca decided to be a little extra about it, so she too comes on a bike. And so, again, you hear the rumbling and warning. And both Scraps and Brigitte perk a glance over as they, roll up to the place. And, Heidi and Becca both pull off the helmets. Heidi comes scampering almost immediately over to Anton because she can't help herself.
Put his arm around her.
And yeah, it's one of those things where like you loop the arm up around her. Becca takes a little longer, takes the helmet off, and goes and pulls a handful of things out. She literally has a fucking rifle strung on her back. She doesn't give a shit. You were really lucky there were no cops on her way here. Put it that way. And she, hops off, struts over, and she fucking gives Brigitte the most blatant size up you've ever seen. Becca's on full fucking tilt right now.
Oh, Becca, you beautiful bitch. They'll look over.
Let me
Gives
look.
that a nod of, that's my rune. Do you know what I mean?
It's pretty fucking convincing. Let me look and see what I put in here. If I put in anything, because that would have made sense. It's another bout of the most obnoxiously friendly. Oh, hello there. Over to fucking Becca. Becca like squints, like, bitch, I don't even know you.
That's the best part. He's like, there's no file docs here. My scheme is working.
And yeah, Heidi pops out, and Brigitte, to her credit, just kind of like tips up the shades under her forehead, like, well, holy shit.
Heidi and I have been together a while. I saved her from a wormish creature that had trapped her in some sort of spider web.
And I mean, Heidi beams.
And since then, we have never separated.
Oh, holy fucking shit. She finally comes over. I mean, Brigitte is not. She doesn't need she doesn't have the kind of pose, like the machismo style that Becca does. But Becca fucking hairy eyeballs the shit out of her as she putters closer, just casually strolls up to the two of you. Pops down a bit to talk to Heidi. You remember me at all, Heidi? And there's a big blink and a bit of studying. Then a big smile. Mm-hmm. You are... She middle name and all, Brigitte Drigvassen. What? Kind of sways a little bit, squints. Do you have a deeply man? She shakes her head. And of all things, Heidi, much like she does with Bubba when she goes over to your place, like pops down and just like holds the arms out. And I'll give you this, dude. Scraps is hairy eyeballing the shit out of you, like, you're not gonna bite me, right? Creeps over.
I'd let it happen. But
Yeah.
it'd be mainly just focused on Brigitte since she's clearly the intelligent one out of this pairing.
Oh yeah. And I mean, Scraps lets himself get the big fuck off hug
Mhm.
around the neck, and face looks her a bit, but generally it's all very amiable.
Your packmate mentioned a potential mate for her. You can see why this would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
problem.
Oh, he'll be fit to be tied.
Well,
Oh, well, it was a good pairing. He's a lucky
Heidi,
fucker. But, claimed is claimed unless he wants to come all the way down here to challenge you for her. And truth be told, if she says she's happy, well, my pop will give him a fucking shot round the head just for thinking about it.
well, you can ask her yourself. I'm not hiding it.
But yeah, I mean, Heidi is her usual blisteringly happy self. As Brigitte does, crouch down again while she's, playing around with Scraps. So, Heidi, what you say? You want to come home? They're worried about you, And Heidi just looks up and, thinks about it earnestly for a second and does the tiny head shake. Mm-mm. And are you mating with Anton then? Zachariah will be fit to be tight about it. He's going to have himself a whole litter of kittens. And, I mean, Heidi, bless her fucking heart, kind of giggles about it. Becca's still just bristling aggressively the whole time.
Even Anton's kind of a bit like, yeah, you think you're gonna take Heidi? Do you know what I mean? It's that look, But he's calm. He's like, I'm gonna let Heidi handle this, but whoa, it's like, I'll fuck you up. You know what I mean? That's Anton internally. Now come to my woods. You know what I mean? That macho vibe.
And yeah, no, it's brief, but yeah, apparently there's some guy out there that Heidi was supposed to be paired with, and she's just like, nope, I'm happy here. Yeah. Well, she kind of finally reaches up under the hat to kind of rub her hair a little bit, give her head a scratch. I don't suppose that's it, really. Finally eases back up to a stand, looks Anton properly on. I don't suppose that means we're staying then.
Staying.
Oh yeah. Family's family after all.
Kind of does a little wince, like internal. Like, fuck. We have a thing about outsiders.
Oh, I bet you do. Be real surprised if you get it as hard as my family's got it.
We're pretty intense.
So what's it take to prove a person around here?
A lot. And considering a lot of us are relatively new and we're surviving, we're kind of wary of new people. And a lot of these people, some of them are cubs.
Of course you are. And that's all well and good, but there comes a point where a person can prove themselves and get in. Even the Drake-Fawsons let people in now and again, yeah. Usually it's easier when they marry in, but you can prove your way in. It just ain't easy.
Not. It won't be.
Well, that's fine. You just tell me what I gotta do and prove my way into your sept. I'll get it done.
Well, there's a thing about we keep this place secret from everything.
I'll fucking imagine so, seeing as I couldn't find it. Even Scraps couldn't find it, and he's real good at that. Looks down at Scraps like, oh, shame on you. And Scraps is like, flops himself over. Heidi gives him a pat on the stomach. Can't help it.
Anton's thinking, he's like, fuck, I am compromising. Oh, fuck, what do I do? Is there really means that much to you to try to join? Even though you have your own family back where you are.
Well, of course, they got family, but she kind of, again, she's pretty casual about it, and her body language is generally comfortable. Either she's really bad at reading a room or really confident. One or the other. It's hard to tell which because the casualness of it. Well, yeah, but there comes a point where, any given Clea's got to do some wandering. Besides, not a lot of us end up staying where our folks grow up. Got to spread around, otherwise it gets a little, your family tree starts looking like a family Escher print.
True. But we are limited in number. We don't take on a lot.
It probably means you could use the numbers then. Tell me you couldn't use a good Aruna and a good Regamash.
No, they would not go to waste, but
There you go.
again, we're limited in number. And we take on very little. That's how we survive.
Well, it's only 2.
2 makes a considerable difference in any situation where you're trying to minimize so you're not completely wiped off the map.
Oh, come on. We grew out in a fucking hut in the woods. You think we can't keep ourselves quiet?
Even from your own family.
Well, sure enough. You just tell her we found Heidi and we're sticking around to keep her safe. Not to worry. Tell her she's been claimed. Happy where she is?
And nobody will come to bother us.
No, why would they? They know we're here. Word gets out something's wrong. It's because we sent it. Why else did they need to come round?
If you
Oh,
can agree,
you're pretty lucky, because my pa was around here and Scrap Small was around here. Would have been a whole different kettle of fish.
well, we hid.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I have Wendy, Jason, JJ. JJ hasn't those right. That's just fuck. Wendy, JJ, Jason, Rupert. I have 4 cubs
Oh, holy shit.
and 3 clits.
Alright. It's just
I'm one.
unexpected look like, okay, and?
I'm one of them. That's all we have.
Are you fucking serious? Like, she just looks at you for the first time. There's an emotional response, and it's just like, what?
Does it look like I'm joking?
Oh, holy fucking shit.
We are in the process of making sure that we can minimize a Karen Bloom into and creating our sept, which is under Chameleon. We are
Holy fucking shit.
have began forming a solitary pack, which is under Crow of War.
Yeah, the sunglasses get tipped up again. You're not joking, are you?
No. We have managed to survive here out on our own. We have a sustainable living area, which will be in the process of turning into our sept. We have enough resources to hide ourselves from most sets. We are currently fighting a spiral pack in the city of Roanoke, and we are making progress.
Oh,
One
yeah.
One of our party is critically wounded.
How's that?
Poison.
Oh, you do like fighting dirty.
She is managing. Thankfully, she's a theurge, so she can mitigate. There are 2 Shadow Lords, 1 Silent Strider, and 1 in the process of becoming a child of Gaia.
Oh, holy shit, where are your Get and your Fianna?
We have a young cub with Get. Smell.
Oh, Jesus. I've been trying to hold this place down without any of the, proper warrior tribes.
Stare? You know what I mean? We've been holding this down ourselves. Whatever tribe they are doesn't matter. That's not what we asked them to be. We asked them to be survivors, not warriors.
Not even a Fury in there?
I don't know we've never met a Fury.
Oh, you're lucky. She grins.
There are kinfolk, Silent Strider, Shadow Lord, Heidi.
Oh, well then, Sanji, look, you could use all the help you could get anyway.
We don't want any major nation influence creeping into our territory.
You even got a single fucking proper, elder, Athro.
It's just me who's leading these people. I've been here on my own. Before I found them all.
Ooh. She finally just says a whew.
I
Glenn
made it
takes out
to,
his scraps, gives him a kind of betrayed look because he is completely taken with Heidi right now.
I made it to what you call Cleith on my own. This was originally a sept of my ancestors.
Oh, who the fuck's been teaching you?
The spirit.
Jesus. Scraps, you ever heard of something like this? Like, there's the who. Oh, for fuck's sake.
If you're going to join us, then you need to keep us secret.
Kind of rubs the jawbone a little bit, like, Suppose I don't see the harm.
If it helps, we're organized. We have sufficient firepower, bulletproof vests, gas masks.
She kind of like throws aside the gas mask, like just kind of wait.
The Spirals use a toxin, a gas, to fuck with your head.
Oh,
We have several ties and we have wiped out a leech in the area.
Tried going after one of those spirals with their slippy motherfuckers.
We've killed 2.
There you go. And truth be told,
We have contact with the mortal world, but we try to keep it as limited as we can. But we need to maintain the veil to a certain
don't you worry. It's not like Scraps for me is going to go to the grocery store. You should see him at the grocery store.
The one known as
It's
Susie,
tragic.
from the Kinship doll, is off limits. Looks at Heidi. She's a human, but she does not know about us. But she is a friend of Heidi's and mine.
Well, as long as she in a veil breach, I don't see the problem.
She's not a veil breach. Listen, she's not Heidi.
Nope, Heidi, she's right. Nope. It's good. Mushes Scraps' face for a second, finally stands back up.
We have a business set up in Roanoke, which funds some of our money. Becca and her father here are setting up a mechanic shop to help further some of our money as well.
Oh, you got the Strider staying in one place then? John glances over at fucking Becca. Becca, just makes the bitches, I see what place that little face.
Our Strider father docs, yes. Becca's a kinfolk.
Oh, Jesus, look at her, though.
Yes, she is.
Already snapped my fucking head off, didn't she?
She's fought with us.
Good. Means you got good kin.
Not. Like I said, if I take you into my home, I'm trusting you to keep that secret. I'm already,
Okay.
She can see it. He is, she can see it. Anton is, do you know what I mean? That kid, it's probably, I imagine, for a trained Cleith of the Nation, how the fuck this kid is surviving is probably just like, wow. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's a good thing she's not a galliard. She'd be, attached to his leg. Well, then, gotta send a report back saying we found her and she's safe and all. Say she's made it. Say we're sticking around to keep her safe. That good enough for you?
Well, what if they ask where? Say the stuff to the Sapphire Peak.
Well, I'll say that then.
That their alpha is vouched for it, and that is... We are wary of outsiders.
Oh yeah, it ain't that strange. Truth be told, she actually waves a hand, sheh.
You will have to forgive everybody if they seem odd. They haven't exactly received a standard training.
Well, suppose not, but I'm right here to help you fix that if you like. Kinda grins. Combat training at least.
That would be preferable, seeing as some of our young ones have shot us as we've been fighting.
Scrap starts chortling. She reaches over and whaps him hey. It's the little be nice finger wag.
Just... I do my best with them.
I think cubs
So,
are cubs. What you gonna do?
as long as you and I are on the same page and there's no open conflict, I need the help.
Well then, sign me right up.
Just nods.
Scraps too. He's a dick, but you'll learn to like him.
Like I said, we are all under a pack of Crovor. Loyalty is everything to us.
Well, don't
So
you worry, we got our own gem going.
okay? No, but he's like, so if you're in, that's all we need. It's just loyalty.
Yeah, sure enough.
Just gives a nod. But I won't fuck with whatever you guys are going on. It's a code we all have.
This is a pretty good code to have for a sept, Though, if it makes you feel any better. She leans in a little. Loyalty's kind of a thing you expect on a sept.
Yeah, but
Don't you
we
worry,
make-
it comes part and parcel with the whole sept package.
we're in the process of developing a sept.
What do you mean in the...
The cairn hasn't fully bloomed yet. We're in the process of making sure that we can make it. Basically, we're doing the whole thing now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a game gonna pop up here in here yet.
There's a cairn about to pop, yes, and we're trying to control the damage and
Oh, sweet fucking guy. I don't
bind
get
it.
to tell anyone about it or nothing.
No. We are binding it to a spirit of chameleon and a spirit of water. So it'll both keep this place secret and also help, well, Gaia and all that shit.
Well, like I said, you can just count us right in.
Yeah. You want to follow me?
Oh yeah, no problem.
My sister is here and she's new. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to teach her myself about a few things. She's kin,
Oh, sure enough.
but she's, Shadow Lord.
You know what? Your kin's your kin.
She just gives a nod. It's like, that's, Neil just get in and start leading him back to the mansion and just rubbing his face. Probably even Becca sees it. I'm fucking mad doing this.
And I'm like, how did I get fucking talked around into this? How did this happen? Heidi rides with you.
Neil look over. Can they keep a secret?
Oh yeah.
And
I
am I
mean-
doing the
I haven't seen him since I was little, but I think so.
right thing?
I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I have Bill wanting to try and go to contact the rest of the nation.
Do you know that would be bad?
It's bad.
Well, if you tell her to keep it a secret, she'll have to keep it a secret.
I
Make
just
her,
did. I just did, didn't I?
yeah. You can always make her a promise. Oaths are important.
Well, that's what we'll do then. Just before we go in.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm not losing you.
A big smile. Nope. I'm not going. It'd be nice to visit some of my family sometime, but
When things are safer.
I want to stay here.
There you go then. And things are safer when think about it. Right now, things are not safe.
No.
So, main priority is making sure you're safe.
She nestles over to where she's got her head leaned against his shoulder even while he's driving.
Yeah, he'll just rub her arm as he's driving, and he'll pull up just outside the territory of the manor, and then, before they drive down the laneway, he'll turn to Brigitte. I imagine she takes off the helmet and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. She pulls it off over her head.
I need you both to swear before we drive in there that this place is secret. I need you to promise. That's how serious I am.
Lucy, you're wanting the full oath and all of that?
Yeah. We all took one ourselves. I don't think it'd be fair if we just let someone in walk in.
Well, if it means that much to you, and besides, if it's what it takes to get into SIP, it's what it takes to get into SIP, so here you go then. And she just fucking pulls out, like, casually flicks out a fucking, a little standard practical knife, flicks it open. And just, it's a very shallow but casually done cut to the palm. She's not phased at all. Not by the pain, not by the blood. It's weird on the blood then. Keep your place secret and help keep it safe. You do, Scraps. And of all things, Scraps has like curled up in the bottom of the sidecar. He pops out. Sticks a paw up. He seems to know what the deal is. Doesn't seem to give a shit about changing, but pops his paw up. And likewise, gets a cut. He says, yes, swear on blood. Except is secret.
Points? Does he not go into Ahmed?
Oh, not when he can help it, no.
Why?
I mean, do you just walk around in lupus all day?
No.
Yeah, well, there you go.
She sees it. The confusion on his face.
And she kind of squints and pulls a bit of a grin, like, what? What? Scraps is lupus?
What's that?
Oh, God, that's right. She kind of reaches up and rubs the back of her hair. You were born looking like that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was born looking like this?
Anton.exe had stopped working.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Really?
yeah, his mom's gigantic, too. You should see her.
Oh. Huh.
Built like a fucking truck, she is. Scraps is a run. Scraps throws the most offended.
How dare you?
The most offended.
Scraps will remember that.
Scraps will never forget. You've just made an enemy for life.
So there are wolves that are born as wolves.
Oh, yeah. It's real jarring, like, for them when they change. You have any idea how weird it's got to be to go from living in the current to living and remembering the past and thinking about the future?
Yeah,
Fuck, it turns their world upside down.
must be fucking weird.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you. I'm not saying he can't come up. Maybe, but it might be a bit jarring for him because you know how curious people are.
Oh, why is that?
I don't want him getting annoyed because people ask him 1,001 questions he might find offensive.
He's a wreck about it. She'll probably have a fucking time of it.
Oh, I'm trying to make him comfortable. Jesus.
There's the quirk of a grin. No, if he doesn't want him to bother him, he'll fucking find a way to disappear.
It's just, they're all very new and you can imagine they've never seen.
Oh, don't you worry. He's used to seeing cubs.
Okay. As long as, yeah. No,
He ain't gonna lose his temper and bite nobody.
Well, I should fucking hope not.
She grins. Oh, don't worry, it's not as bad as when you and I do it.
Well, still, don't have him bite people.
Oh, I mean, think of it this way: it's kind of like their version of punching someone for getting too up on them. It's just a little love bite.
Right.
Don't you worry, he'll be fine.
You can bite the Get Offenders Cup. The rest of them, no. There.
Oh, don't worry. You give plenty of warning before he bites, won't you? Scraps like looks over like, why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta fuck me like this?
You'll just nod then and like, right. Then just get into the truck and show them where their rooms are, I guess.
Do you move in 2 new members?
Yep.
Scraps promptly is running all over the property, all over the house.
He will tell Scraps though. There is plenty of places outside where he can. You know what I mean? He'll even point like there is literally. You know what I mean? Like knock yourself fucking out, buddy. I imagine you don't want to sleep in a house. You know what I mean? That's literally Anton's logic of like. I
No,
imagine
yeah.
you want- You know what I mean?
It's funny because kind of like you know, can imagine someone goes out and explores a plot of property and then comes home. He like slides in, skitters around the house, kind of slithers around, sniffing everything, and then just slithers out like bleh, and proceeds to go back about snuffling literally everything he can stick his nose in outside.
Then he'll show like Brigitte one of the rooms, and he'll like look over at her. Scrap. There's so much places for him to find, and I imagine he'll burrow himself a den, right? If
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
probably.
basic wolf behavior.
Well, he'll probably find himself a good spot, yeah.
There is a garden, and on the Umbra there's like a spirit, and she overwatches the garden.
Oh,
So just keep that.
suppose he won't. Suppose if he goes digging in the flower beds, he'll regret it then, won't he?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just making sure that you know, so when he does happen, you can promptly, just smack a gesture.
Oh yeah, she does the little like side of the head tap. Don't you worry, he's already in the know.
Just gives a nod. There's a fountain that has been teaching us water spirits and all that.
All right.
And there's something down in the basement, like deep down. We're not supposed to go down there.
Well, you don't go in the basement at all.
No, the basement is in the kitchen, but in the Umber, you go further down, and there's something locked deep within. My ancestor said, "Don't open it. Don't open it."
Huh.
It's like he taps her, and I can hear them.
Oh, you got an investigator to that, have you?
And they mentioned that it's something never to be opened. So we've like boarded it up and shit.
Here's the thing, like, I know this is something Anton's been really concerned about, but she gives a casual shrug, like, okay, sounds like situation weird there just in your family, but whatever.
There you go, Katie.
Yeah, she just kind of, it's the easy acceptance of there's something fucking horrifying in the basement is surreal. Like, oh, okay.
He's like, you know what? You can stay. You don't question my shit. I love you. This Anton's like, I found someone who just goes along with what I say. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
Where have you been?
this hugs her like, where have you been all my life? No, but yeah, he'll then leave her alone for a bit and just go and sit and be like, I did it. I negotiated. You know what I mean? And most importantly, I did it in a way that Bill doesn't get to bring down the nation on my head. I did it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's Anton in the minute. At the minute.
Yeah. Becca fucking stink faces Brigida for a hot minute more, but yeah, she eventually fucks off. Goes and you can hear her like talking to her bike as she's working on it, being like just being a sassy bitch.
He's gonna let her. He'll go and have the be nice lecture later, but for now he'll let her have a sass. He knows better. She'll end up punching him.
No,
He's
she's
like,
having
no.
her catty moment by
Yeah, he's like,
herself with her
yeah.
bike.
You know what? He'll just go and lie down with Heidi. It's safer.
Yep.
Do you want me in there, bud?
Yes.